is time to leave your worries outside and join us right here inside the Treehouse for day one of 5 days in a row. Yes, in a row of the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and Raj Sharma. I have to admit to you, gentlemen, that this is the first time in a very long time I'm actually a little nervous going into this episode. I feel a fluttering in my belly that I haven't felt in quite some time. I have. Right. It's been a long time since I've had some show anxiety, and if I'm being honest, I kind of like it.
All right, interesting.
It's sort of like Stockholm syndrome, when that's when you fall in love with your captors. Trey knows this all too well, as I do. That for many years doing radio, we had similar feelings, and it's an interesting thing to be back here doing a show every day of the week, even if for 1 week. That same feeling comes back, and even though it's stressful, it feels like home.
Gotcha. Okay, that's interesting.
It's comfortable. You have to, it's I know there's a phrase, and I can't quite pull it out of my head because it's like my brain's kind of like Joe Biden's. It's just a mix of gazpacho and beans and things. But it's sort of like you find comfort in the chaos. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So is it just the like you're anticipating in your head how the week's going to go, and so you're like that's where the nerves are coming from, or
to an extent. But the thing that I focus on most when it comes to doing a daily show is I focus on I'm going to sound like Jason Garrett here. Just FYI, I'm going to sound like a football coach. You can have the overall goal in mind, which is 5 days a week, but I focus on the show that's happening today and the segment that is happening right now.
Execution.
Thank you, Trey. It's all about the execution.
He's been waiting 5 minutes for one word.
It pays off, though.
It really did. Like, I'm so angry about that. I'm like, that was solid. Like, I saw his face, like I just saw his face light up, and I'm like, oh, let's see what wisdom's about to come on. Execution.
Yeah,
like,
that was so good. That was so good. Jason Garrett is actually somewhere clapping and non-sarcastically. He's like, no, that was actually a good job. That's not the feel-good clap, even though you fumbled at the one. No, that's you scored the touchdown, buddy. Good job. And you're going to get a chest shove because I love you that much. So, yes, we are very excited. 5 days a week this week, plus the Monday episode 1 week from today, the day after the Super Bowl, right here inside the Treehouse. Like I said, I got the little butterflies going on. Trey's excited. Raj, I think you're cool with it.
I'm new to this, so I think this is like for me, it's like really really exciting. So to hear like you guys have the nervous flutter stuff going on, I'm like, I wish I had that, but then I also didn't want to be a captor or be a captive. I didn't want to have your syndrome, so I'm just like this. But this is very exciting.
You may eventually get the syndrome, but as it is right now, you're a captor. You're captive by choice.
Yeah. So
because it's not like Trey and I threw you in a van and dragged you inside the Treehouse. No, you're here by your own choosing.
No, absolutely. And so mine, I don't have nervousness. I'm just like, oh my God, 5 days a week and we're going to have a live show. Like that's really exciting.
And that's where I'm actually a little envious of you because you get to be the bridge between being on the show and still feeling like a listener because you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry as much about the anxiety. You're just excited to be in here. And to be honest with you, I'm excited to be in here. I think Trey's excited to be in here. We're always excited to be inside the Treehouse, but this is special. This is something new. And it brings back those everyday feelings that we all used to have when we were on the radio. Because if you really get down to it, What is the Treehouse? The Treehouse isn't just a place for us to hang out with our friends. The Treehouse isn't just a place to hang out with your friends. It's a place to escape the bullshit of everyday life. And we need a place to connect through laughter because, let's be honest, there's so much suck in the world. Your job sucks. Traffic sucks. The news sucks. TV sucks. Radio sucks. Social media really sucks. Your boss sucks. Politics suck. You love your spouse, but sometimes they suck. And sometimes your kids suck too.
Yeah.
Hell, sometimes we suck, but that's all okay because we're inside the Treehouse and we will laugh our way through all of it.
Yeah.
Some other examples. Did your day suck? Come inside the Treehouse. Did your day rock? The Treehouse can make it even better because the Treehouse isn't just your happy place. The Treehouse is your favorite place because the Treehouse, we are Archie's place. We're Monk's place. We are Arnold's and Al's combined. We are the Hub, the Max, the Peacock Stop, the Pit, the Peach Pit, and the Peach Pit after dark. We are Luke's Diner, Dean and DeLuca, Cafe Nervosa, and we are Central Perk. We are Kavanaugh's Bar, Emerald City Bar. We're McLaren's Pub, Patty's Pub, Moe's Tavern, and the Drunken Clam. We're the Bada Bing, the Snake Hole Lounge, 10 Forward, and the Boar's Nest. We are motherfucking Cheers. This is the Treehouse, and you're welcome.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Trey, you now have something new you can whip out on dates.
Yes, I do.
And
reach into my pants and pull this out.
I'm gonna. Okay, what is it?
Trey, I'll let you do the honors for Raj. You can tell him what resides in your pants that you'll be whipping out on dates.
Consensually, I hope.
Well, I mean, it's
probably not. There might be a little embarrassment with this.
I just like the
look
pause.
at it this way, Raj. It is impressive.
Okay.
To some people, to others, it might scare some.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, I'm going to show it to you.
Oh God. Oh, well done, buddy.
Trey is now an official card-carrying member of the Association for Retired Persons.
If you break that out on a first date, just know that every Indian everywhere is like, he's one of us. They're just gonna change it like Treehouse. Treehouse is one of us.
Trey, you have an Indian name now.
Yeah.
Trejinder, we love Trejinder. He's one of us. He's AARP card. 5% off Applebee's.
I'm very excited for you,
buddy.
Trey.
Yeah.
A card-carrying member. What do all the letters stand for again? It's AARP. Is it the American Association for Retired Persons?
That's exactly.
I think it's the Association for the Advancement of Retired Persons. Retired people.
I think
you're taking two organizations. I don't think there was a merger between AARP and the NAACP. I feel like that would have made news, Trey.
That would have been great. National Association for Retired.
It's not enough to be recognized as a retired person, but we also need to make sure that they advance.
Oh.
Somewhere, Big Stacy, who is one of our favorite listeners, and he also happens to be a black man, and I believe he is close to, if not of the age to have a AARP card, is flipping it over right now to see if it's a twofer. Like, I get advancement. The National Association for the Advancement of Retired People.
Retired, or I mean, according to Trey, if that merger would have been great for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored Retired People. Like that'd be amazing. Like I don't know what
Narc.
that would be. I would be so proud to be a member.
You know, we're only 9 minutes into this, and I feel like this treehouse is overflowing with stupid. I'd also like to give us credit on picking up the flag and for the advancement of retired people, a flag that clearly no one else had the courage to pick up.
We'll be doing a 5K next month. What are you running for? Retired people.
But not just for retired people. Their advancement.
I think we'll try to make Wilford Brimley's birthday a national holiday.
We'll be serving oatmeal the whole time.
Well, that does remind me that you are, Trey, the same age as Wilford Brimley when he starred in Cocoon. That is a piece of information that you told us a week or two ago, and I have not forgotten it.
He was 49 when he did Cocoon. Yeah, that's good. That's like we can age him up. We're good.
So I'm wondering, Trey. So, have you had a chance to use your AARP card yet? Were you able to use that when you had tire trouble on 75 the other day?
No, and the only reason is because I used my AAA membership for that. But no, yeah, I was going to McKinney.
What's AAA? Is that for the advancement of automobiles?
Shouldn't it be triple AARP?
How many cards do you have? You're just bragging at this point.
We got a debit card,
AAA,
and a triple
AARP. And I think Big Stacy gave you one of his a few years back.
I don't remember which card that was, Dan. Do you remember?
Nope. It's the advantage of having a poor memory. It's kept me out of trouble many times.
That was, I do not recall that, Senator.
The only thing you didn't do was cover the mic and then just look over at somebody. Like you're getting advice, like, I do not recall.
I have no recollection of. Anyway, you're okay though after the trouble on 75. What happened?
My right front tire. Luckily I felt it. I felt something wrong, and so I was able to get over to the right lane. And luckily, I was right by the Virginia Parkway exit. So the scariest thing actually for me was I had Daisy with me, and so I'm like worried that if something happens, but when I drive and for long distances or anything like over 15 minutes, I put her in her kennel and I actually strap it in the car like a car seat. So everything was okay. It's anytime you're stranded on the highway, it is scary.
Well, I think actually having Daisy, your 3-pound Chihuahua, with you while having car trouble would be an advantage, because I mean there are plenty of men that pull over for stranded bitches.
And toothless ones too.
You're
With
in
really
the
long
Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
That's how she flags down that roadside assistance.
That's why I had a flat and I got a set of 4 new tires.
what is it called? Everett, you'll know this one. Like he was there when the guy. So I guess you get the same penalty, but he was there when the guy killed
He was an
somebody else
accessory.
for drugs. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, an accomplice maybe is what you're looking for.
They said they broke into this guy's house. They stole a bunch of his medication. As they were leaving, he jumps out the window. The other guy kills the dude. But because he was present, what does that do? That's the same.
Well, it's called the felony murder doctrine. Basically, if you're in with other people engaged in a criminal behavior that you know or should know could result in someone's death, and it does, then you're on the hook for the murder just as much as if you pull the trigger. There was even a case one time in which a man and a woman broke into a house and stole whatever they stole and escaped and were on the run, and the cops caught the man, or actually caught the woman first, had her handcuffed in the back of a police car, killed the man, and she was charged with his murder, even though he was her husband. Yes, because it's, that's the way the rule is applied. If you are involved in the commission of a felony that you should reasonably be able to foresee could result in someone dying, and someone dies, doesn't matter who, even if it's your husband, even if you didn't pull the trigger, even if that's the last person on earth you would want to die, it's a reasonably
even if you're handcuffed in the back of the squad car and the cops are the ones that shot him, you murdered him.
Yes.
God bless America.
I'm moving to India. Let you guys know.
Here we go.
Everett, I have a legal question for you, and it's is there still kind of a I don't know if a doctrine's the right word, but jury nullification, is that still, like, that was a thing for a while? Like, is that still something that people think about? And I ask this because there's a case, I think it's out of Houston, where a guy basically, he didn't think a child molester got punished enough, so he ended up killing him. And I'm curious whether they can go at the jury and go, yeah, he did it, but look who he took out, and either hang a jury or not guilty.
Well, it's a great question. And just for people who don't know, jury nullification is basically when a jury returns a verdict of not guilty, not based on the fact that they think that the person is actually not guilty of the crime that they're accused of having committed, but because they think the law is a bad law, and they're basically passing judgment on the law.
Thank you for speaking of passing judgment. Thank you for looking at me when you said that.
It's involuntary. I'm sorry.
I didn't think you saw that. I was like, why did he
not
just
only
say
did
that
I,
again?
Yeah, not only did I see it, I felt it right here in my heart.
Yeah, it's totally involuntary.
That's probably just habit from whoever's the host microphone.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Trey. Trey's gone. Oh, it's the wrong button.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Everett. I don't think you got a chance to finish your answer.
Yeah, jury nullification is still a thing. It's been referred to as a civil right. There was actually a legal opinion written in which the justice who wrote the opinion referred to it as a civil right to which everyone is entitled, but that no one can be informed of. And to that end, you as a lawyer can't argue jury nullification to a jury. The judge won't let you do that, but they're allowed to do whatever they want to during deliberations. And
so if someone if someone passed a note inside the pizza box that they get for lunch,
well, like who would be passing the note?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been on a jury. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Like the pizza, like someone from the public, they know they're getting food and they want the jury to know about this jury nullification thing, and they slip a note and, hey, you should try this.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing either. Yeah, it's probably you just kind of need to know about it. You just kind of need to be able to go back there and say, you know what? I mean, it comes up. It used to come up during, as I said, slave days. You know, when in the North, people would get No, I'm not saying a racist thing like you typically do, Raj. This has to do.
I just thought it was weird that you smiled in slave days.
No. I was just seeking.
No, he
approval
smiled
from
because that's actually from slave days. That's how we got Juneteenth. It's like, hey, you're free, but then you don't tell them for 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
You can take the guy out of East Texas.
Well, I feel
for harboring slaves in the North.
Yes,
there were
gotcha.
jurors.
Yeah.
There were people charged that,
Yes.
Up in the North, no one cared that people were harboring slaves. They thought it was a good thing, so they would be found not guilty by means of jury nullification, even though they were.
I didn't know you
guilty
could do
under
that.
the
That's
law.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually convince a jury to just avoid the law.
Yeah, you
and
can't
find you-
argue that, but they can go back and render any verdict they want, and it is whatever it is.
Can't the judge overturn that?
No, absolutely not.
that's why they call
I
it a
thought they
jury
could.
trial.
No. This isn't
I
India.
thought-
All right, I'm really ending the show now. Seriously. Because we have crossed over into the rare territory that we have learned something, but also gotten dumber in the process. And I think this is a good place for us to end the week of 5 days in a row. Super stupid week coming to a close. But don't forget about Monday's live show. Fingers crossed. And more info on that, follow us on social media at Treehouse On Air and everybody else. Thanks for 5 days this week. Thank you, Everett, Raj, Trey. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.
See you.